Alright guys, TechCrab back again today. Hope you're enjoying your Sunday so far. Today we're going to talk about this bit of Twitter drama that went down last night between the Minnesota Rocker and OGLA. Pretty exciting stuff actually, given this is definitely a very possible matchup that we could have at the Call of Duty Championship in just a couple of weekends time. Now, love this kind of stuff, rile up some storylines. Intrigued to hear your thoughts in the comment section below though, because it does get pretty spicy indeed. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like if you do, subscribe if you're new as always. I would greatly appreciate it. Just before we get into that, wanting to mention that supposedly the 12Hz servers, or some of the servers that are, well, the pros and the amateur players are playing on, have been, well, somewhat dodgy over the last couple of days. MattG tweeted this out, about to play the Challengers finals next weekend on 12Hz servers, so, you know, the finals, effectively the Challengers champs. But not only that, but since the update, the servers are in an absolute shambles, and, well, Rambo says a very similar thing. Has there been any word on why the 12Hz private servers are having issues these days? Making sure I didn't miss anything, which definitely is going to decrease the ability of teams to practice, because if they play on the 60Hz practice servers, then the spawns are different, as has been talked about, well, quite a lot over the last couple of months, which is just classic Modern Warfare. You know, hopefully the next game is just around the corner. Now, before we get into this, just want to say that TJ Halley lately on Twitter has been kind of frying. He had this against 4, but what's funny, you getting 4-piece round 11. He had this one as well, which we'll talk about the, well, the Codcast with Slasher in, well, a few hours time here, but he says they should rename the Codcast to the Capcast, and, well, then we get this. So, OGLA tweet this out yesterday. They've been doing these kind of, well, kind of punching at other teams, little, you know, light little jabs here and there, which is pretty fun stuff. They did one, of course, against, well, Chicago Huntsman, where they had the hex in the thing, and that didn't really go so well. They then deleted it, but, you know, since then, they've done a little jab at Los Angeles Guerrillas. Now they do this one against the Minnesota Rocker, kind of pointing out that, well, GodRx was the best player on their team earlier on this season, and then they decide to drop him off the roster, of course, most recently, which is a pretty, well, a pretty surprising change for Minnesota Rocker to make. They brought Exceed into the starting lineup. He's a player that really hasn't done that much in Call of Duty history. Pretty sure he was on the Sicario gaming team at the Black Ops 4 World Championship last year with Tommy, Chino, I think Byron Linney was on the squad, and I forget the fifth, but pretty sure that was the team. Exceed was on that squad, and, well, they had a decent tournament. He definitely had some decent moments, but far from an absolute unit on the map that's won at events and all this kind of stuff. So he then does come back to this tweet, but I'll play this on screen for you guys first.
Everything in Minnesota is so cold. So what happened to Rocker's Ice? Can you imagine benching your all-star player? Hey, wrong image. There we go. Remember the start of their season? We don't, but we know what's happening now. Good luck at champs, because God knows you'll need it.
So, of course, Exceed was the guy they then brought in for GodRx. He's gone to the bench for the rest of the season, and then Exceed comes out with the following. Ask your team how many maps they've won the last 3 times they have scrimmed us. So, well, Exceed and Brian Saint, I think, did talk about the time that with this change they have made, bringing Exceed into the starting lineup, they have improved quite dramatically and, well, have been at a great record in scrims. I think their other guy, Repin, said they were like 22-6 in scrims since they made this change. That's a little bit ago now, and Exceed obviously says that they're continuing on the same train here and continuing to dominate OGLA in scrims. So, well, then, of course, we do get some replies to this one. Slasher comes back to this, or, well, Kenny initially comes back saying, lol. Method says, no way, Kenny. And, well, Slasher says, Modern Warfare is truly a wild time. Kids who haven't recorded a kill on a Sunday, talking reckless over scrim maps with 5-man host advantage. Crazy. You know, your August, the one who tweeted it, I was just having some fun clapping back. So, yeah, Slasher just, well, it sums it up in a nutshell, right? Like, you know, Slasher world champion, done all this stuff on a Sunday, Exceeds talking trash, and, you know, who's in the right here? Who really cares, right? It's spicy stuff regardless. So Draza then also replies to this one over at the OGLA, haha, see you at champs. And, well, let's have a look at this then. TJ comes back at, well, Jetski tweets out, Exceed would knock out Draza. Silly says, teammates of Exceed. That's what I've been thinking. TJ says, I beat the crap out of your entire fat roster. And then he comes back with this, Modong is telling me to delete this tweet, but just note it stands. And Silly came back saying, oh, soft, whatever. Pretty entertaining stuff, to be honest. And this is definitely a matchup which isn't out of the question. T.I. Halley, kind of the fake TJ Halley accounts, tweets out, imagine tweeting this when you've played one series this entire year and average of 0.5. TJ comes back with the Spider-Man thing, and this is from Cam Allen that I looked back a while ago. So this is in June. They played an event where Alex had his thumb injury and they had to sub in Exceed before actually then subbing out GodRx and putting Exceed being back in a little bit later when Alex is now back in, well, match fitness, I suppose. And this is the series that Exceed had. Wasn't the greatest one, had like a 0.7, obviously kind of a last minute substitution change, but well, he didn't have the greatest series by any means. This is his only tournament or only event or only series, really, that he's played this entire season. So we'll have to see how things develop when they actually do go to the World Championship. But they don't have the easiest run there either. So this is what I've already been talking about. We see that Minnesota Rocker in the 8th seed just beating out OGLA because, of course, they had such a drastic fall-off. Minnesota, widely considered a top 4 in the game, top 4 team in the game early on. They fall down the rankings drastically, even overtaken by the Toronto Ultra, having that fantastic result of their own home series. And Minnesota, I'm pretty sure they've lost like 8 series on the bounce now to finish in the top 8 position, but just managed to hold on to that winner's bracket start. But up against the New York Subliners is going to be certainly a challenging matchup for them map 1. I think most people would predict New York Subliners to walk away with this one, and then when you look down to losers, you'll find that OGLA are playing the Los Angeles Guerrillas. If there's a matchup you want to play right now, it's probably against the LAG, right? So you imagine that OGLA win this one, and you imagine that New York Subliners win this one, and well, Minnesota Rocker go down to losers, and look where exactly that sits. As you can see right here, match 1 loser, match 3 winner will match up in losers round 2, which is match 5. Match 1, as you can see, the first match being played, might be kind of small on screen, but that's going to be this NYSL versus Minnesota Rocker squad. And then you've got match 3, which is OGLA versus the Los Angeles Guerrillas. So this matchup, in all likelihood, is quite likely to be, quite frankly, I would imagine, the Minnesota Rocker versus OGLA if all goes to plan. And if that is the case, well, that's a pretty exciting prospect given this drama we just talked about over the last few minutes. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like if you did, subscribe if you're new as always. I would greatly appreciate it. I'll probably leave a little outro clip on the video, maybe Illy Frying or Crimsix Frying or something like that. I've just been trying to put these outro clips to the end of the video, just some like gameplay to keep you guys entertained and sticking around to the end. If you enjoy it, let me know. If not, then I can just get rid of it. But yeah, thanks for watching. Like if you guys enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new. I'll see you next time.
Go Austin, go Austin.
Me
with you. I got you.
Nice, I got time.
I'm gonna trivia. Might have flipped? No? Top stand dead. More in the back. Got two.
Hit back on me, pressure.
What the fuck? He spawned right in front of me!
Oh my god, in the back, Jota.
Oh!
Oh!
What the hell? There's still back! You're clipped.
Specialist to choose.